Hello, Animus Seniors. I'm here today to walk you through the final Justice Project Defense and Reflection assignment. This is for students who missed the online class in which Sarah or I explained this assignment, or for students who just need a verbal and visual refresher. So I'm starting on my digital portfolio, and I'm on the homework page. And this is where you can find the link to the project defense and reflection assignment. You can see right here it says due as soon as possible. We would really love you guys to get those assignments in earlier, so kind of rolling basis here. But the that deadline is Tuesday, December 1st at 11:59 p.m. There's a couple different ways that you can access this assignment. You can use the Google Doc form if you would rather that, or the PowerPoint form. It has both of them have the same content, so it doesn't really matter, it just kind of depends on your preference. So I'm going to use the PowerPoint form here, and I'm going to walk you through this assignment slide by slide. We're going to patiently wait while this loads. All right, so here you have the first page of it, this beautiful mural image of Lady Justice here. And the next slide here is the assignment overview and purpose. So basically, this assignment, the purpose of it is for you to defend your justice project and reflect on the process. It's an opportunity for you to advocate for the work you did, why it was beautiful, how it connected to your personal philosophy of justice, and why it was a just way to address your issue. And lastly, that you did indeed do the things that you proposed to do in your project proposal before this whole process began. Now, if you had to switch gears, change course, or your project came off the rails in some way, this is an opportunity for you to explain that process, what went wrong, and what you did to pivot and adapt, basically. So, what you did instead. Here's the deadline again. Again, it's a rolling deadline, meaning you can submit your DP with all the stuff on it as soon as possible, but again, no later than Tuesday, December 1st. So if those of you who are a bit behind or need more time over Thanksgiving break, you can have that time over the break. If you want to get it done before Thanksgiving and not have it hanging over your head, by all means do so. Some frequently asked questions here. In all the years that Sarah and I have taught this particular assignment, we've gotten all these questions. Just kidding, this is actually the first year that we've done this particular version of the assignment, but here we go, some questions. How many parts to the assignment are there? This is kind of a trick question. There's two parts to the written aspect, the defense and the reflection, but there's also the DP update, so in a way there's three. Can you complete this assignment with a group? No, this is an individual assignment meant for you to defend and reflect upon your own contributions, whether that was individually or if you were part of a group, what did you do individually for that group? Question number 3, how do I turn this assignment in? You need to follow the instructions below or later in this PowerPoint for how to format a DP post and submit all required work to your DP. Then you're going to share the link to your DP with either Sarah or Sarah or me rather. Some more questions here. What if I didn't do all the things I had proposed doing in my proposal? Will the world end? Will I die a slow, painful death? Will Ashley Caruthas let loose her 27 ruthless cats upon me? Will Sarah make me do mindfulness until I've reached enlightenment? Yes. Just kidding. That's what the project defense and reflection is for, to allow you to explain what obstacles you encountered, what you tried to do to overcome them, what you learned from this process that you can apply to future project work. Unless you literally just played video games the entire time you should have been working on your project, I will not send my cats after you. Top secret tip here, I actually don't even have cats, but don't tell anyone. It's totally gonna ruin my street cred. All right, enough of the banner. What exactly do you have to do? Here we go. Let's get into it. Here is the process. Look at this beautiful slide. Steps 1, 2, 3. Boom. First part, project defense. Step 1, part 2, project reflection. If you want to do the project reflection as a video, that would be rad. So you could definitely video yourself doing that project reflection. The project defense should be written, however. Step 2, after you've written those pieces or written and recorded, complete your DP update. And then step 3, boom, email your humanities teacher the link to your DP. Make sure you publish the DP. I hate when that happens. You forget to publish the DP and then I think you didn't do it and then this whole big rigmarole. All right, so here's what the actual project defense includes. Um, we got this crazy cartoon with the best thesis defense is a good thesis offense. Ha ha ha. You need to answer the following questions. 1, 2, and not 2 again. 3, that's a typo. But what did you end up doing for your project? How did your project reflect your personal philosophy of justice? There's some more follow-up questions here that you can read more in depth. And lastly, oh, did you do sufficient research and background work to pull off your project, take an informed stance, or succeed in your endeavors? Explain. So that was something you were supposed to outline in your proposal. Did you do the research you needed to write a good op-ed? Did you do the research to learn about an organization that you wanted to work with or support? Did you really reach out to them? Were you persistent? Yada, yada, yada. Here's the project reflection. Again, you could do this as a video. You could record yourself. That would be awesome. And then just link it to YouTube and then put that on your DP. I would love to see some of your video reflections. Those are kind of more fun in a lot of ways. But it needs to answer these 4 questions. To what extent were you successful in meeting the goals you established in your project proposal? What contributed to those successes? In what way were you successful in meeting the goals you established? Oh, geez, that's a repeat. I gotta fix this slide. I will do that. Ignore that. Number 2 is a repeat. Number 3, to what extent did you show up for this project? Oh, yes, no, this isn't a mistake. Okay, number 2, in what ways were you unsuccessful in meeting the goals you established in your proposal? What contributed to your failures? What did you do to try to overcome the obstacles? What should you have done differently? 3, to what extent did you show up for this project? How engaged, committed, involved were you in the work? How much did you strive to create beautiful work, etc.? And then 4, what are 2 key lessons that you can apply to senior project? And there's a big blurb here to help you think about that. So that's the project reflection, successes, failures, did you show up, and what did you learn? How can you move that forward into the senior project? Here's a DP update. There are 6 kind of aspects of this. I want you guys to be laying out your DP in an aesthetically pleasing manner. Does the layout look nice? And have it be super organized. Have bold headings, have titles for each section. Think about using images as much as possible. And you want to just first have the title of the project, overview of the project. This is where you have to write about kind of what we learned leading up to the project. And I just kind of put some bullet points here of different things that we studied that you could reference. Just give us a summary. Help the reader of your DP understand exactly what you studied. Now think about if you guys, when you're applying to colleges, when you're wanting to apply for a job, especially in the time of COVID when schools are kind of questioning to what extent grades are a good way of measuring students' academic potential or SAT and ACT scores, etc. Your DP can be a really good tool to showcase your abilities, and whether that's for college or a job. So think about refinement and beauty, and this is a representation of yourself, so keep that in mind. The third thing here is that you should have your justice monologue, number 1, on there. Don't just put the link. Actually use scribe or text so that somebody could see the entire document. Justice monologue number 2, you should have your video embedded. And then 5 here is your justice project product and all the documents relevant to the beautiful work rubric. So remember, you guys have been listing all the different things that you can use to document the work and prove that you actually did your project. And those types of images and snapshots of emails, everything like that should be on there. If you want to put it into one document and kind of format that document and then just link the document, not link it, but use scribe or text, you could do that. Totally your call how you want to format it, but it should be easy to see all those documents and prove that you did the work and worked on creating beautiful work. And then lastly, your project defense and reflection should be the last thing on your DP update. And then boom, publish that DP, send Sarah or me the link, and you are done. Lastly, here's the rubric. 10 out of 10 would be meet all requirements at a high level. 9 is you've got some room for improvement. 8, you meet most of them. 7, some. 5, very few. And then actually this NA I need to change too. Sorry for some of the typos. This would be a 0, meaning it's not present. All of these are relevant for you guys. This was actually the NA was left over from the beautiful work rubric. So ignore that for now. But we're looking at your defense. Did you do the thing you proposed doing? Can you prove it? Did you complete sufficient research to develop a solid understanding of what and why you're doing, etc.? Reflection. Was your reflection sincere and authentic? And then the justice category here is, did your project reflect an intentional and well-reasoned philosophy of justice and serve as a good way to address the issue of injustice you focused on? That you can be advocating for in your project defense. And then documentation. We want to see that you documented everything and did that in an aesthetically pleasing manner with an eye for beautiful work. So making sure you follow the instructions for how to lay out your DP. Your DP is organized and easy to follow. And again, you have everything documented thoroughly. And then refinement. We just want to see that your project defense, reflection, and DP update are proofread, free of typos. You're trying to write writing that is professional, organized, and flows smoothly. And again, that your DP is laid out in an aesthetically pleasing manner. So that's it, folks. That is your project overview. I will make the few refinements that I need to this PowerPoint, and I'll post that again on my DP with this screencast that you've already accessed. So good luck, and reach out to Sarah or me if you have any questions along the way. Thanks.